got the final say though, didn't we?
I'd say Border Patrol takes the cake.
Body dragging beneath their hands. Oops. A naked female body at that.
Right.
Tied by her hair to the axle.
She had a denim jacket on.
That's right.
SOD patch on.
She had the SOD
Did she have that jacket?
That one, he left it on, remember?
Oh, that was a sick fucking one.
Yeah, but like, it was so small, remember? It was like, that guy little coat.
So, where'd you guys get your name? The inspiration for it, kind of the collaboration, what is the background, if you could?
Well, the name, I first read the word vehement in Stephen King stories. That was a big inspiration, lyrically too. Just starting to write horror-inspired lyrics and stuff like that. So I thought how appropriate to take a word inspired by a horror author, or where I first discovered it. But I wanted to make it sound more like a band name.
Sure.
So changing the tense and making it vehemence, versus vehement.
So is that a lot of the inspiration for your lyrics as well? That kind of leads into the next question. Where do the lyrics come from? Is it based on horror? Is it?
It's whatever. It's got to be dark. It's got to be a dark feeling. So at first it was kind of fantasy horror based, but more recently I've kind of tried to get a little bit more personal with it, and things that would frighten me and really make me feel the absolute worst or most horrifying. As far as being a father, if anything would ever happen to my children, or things like that.
Right.
So good inspiration for death metal lyrics.
Yeah.
That whole, how do you express your deepest fears? So that's a good way to do that.
Right. Cool. So it's an easy way for you to take away from that whole image. The image of death metal. They wouldn't expect you to be a father with 2 kids. That you haven't sacrificed yet, or however many kids.
Oh, keep counting.
And then above and beyond that, trying some of the other lyrics are even history based. There's one of the new songs is actually about Jim Jones. And kind of the very last day of the cult there before they all drank the Kool-Aid. If you ever see the specials on that, it's really disturbing.
Yeah.
So watching that, seeing the images of all the bodies laying all over the field, little kids, everybody, everybody dead, face down in the mud, So it's like, fuck,
Shit.
that's death metal right there. That's scary shit.
Sure.
So what do you guys think has been your biggest challenge so far as a band? Just trying to progress and do your thing.
Making money. That is the problem.
I would even persevering against kind of the adversity of, this is truly something that we do for the passion of it. So we have to get through, things like money, finding the time to be able to get together. And I would say that's a big challenge for any band. You're talking 5 different lives, trying to all kind of coordinate all together.
Right.
It's a big obstacle, and I know a lot of bands have the same, kind of struggle. But we've been friends and we've been together for so long that we have a deeper mutual understanding of, you got to get through whatever life throws at you.
Sure.
Still be able to hold it together.
Well, it's definitely shown. You said you've been together since '97.
Yeah.
It's most bands a year, 2 years, and then they kind of flutter out. So that's probably what held you guys together. Would you say, like, that your opinion? Just that friendship, the closeness,
passion for it.
Right.
Because it's a big part of all our lives. I guess I can speak for everybody.
Yeah.
It's therapy.
That's like,
right.
If that wasn't there, it's like, what really do we have besides like our, families? That's all good too. But
Right.
As you said, right?
Yeah.
You said putting our stamp on the world. Hey, this is what we did.
Yeah. They say your career is what starts after your job ends, right? So.
Yeah, and it's cool to think that someone might just be listening to a CD right now and band's fantastic. That's that is really cool.
So you guys hold any like personal heroes as far as the death metal community would go? As far as heroes, kind of a shitty word for it.
Like all those early '90s bands, I think we
suicide, suffocation, death.
Okay.
Corpse. All those like early bands.
Urban creation.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, back to, I mean, any other band members have children other than?
Yeah, everybody except him.
Yeah. So I mean, do you guys all let your kids listen to your music? Do they dig it? Do they headbang in the back
My
seat?
kids don't care, you know.
Yeah.
They'd rather listen to fucking Britney Spears or something.
Right.
I got 2 girls, so they don't want to listen. They don't care though. They think it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's my dad, but like besides that, they're not gonna listen to it like when you
Hey, give it time. Give it time.
Well, my oldest son is 19, and he's shown it to his friends. He actually had long hair all the way up until just a couple months ago. He cut it off. But, he's kind of got a very diverse mix of tastes. But he's had our poster on his wall. It's Dad, Death Metal Dad.
Hell yeah. That's pretty awesome.
All of his other friends, I mean, you think about it. What are the other dads? They're like fucking business guys. It's just like we want to go hang out
at the same time too, like that for me, like like my daughter's about softball, and going in there and like with all these like super sports people, I'm just like
softball,
like
gotta be
I feel like a moron. I'm like what I mean? Like, they have no idea, like this is what I'm about. That's what they're about. Yeah, I mean, I'm into it too, but you know what I mean? Like we just can't relate. We'll never.
Right.
Relate.
Never be on the same level.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool,
There's one of them.
I shy away from conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have nothing to talk about.
Right. Oh, a Death Metal band? Oh, okay. Well, my kid's staying away from
Right.
Is that heavy like Metallica?
Yeah. How many times have you heard that shit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like
that.
I'm just like, just like
Yeah.
just like
That hard rock, like that Nickelback thing?
Yeah.
Ends of conversation.
Oh, I think I've heard
That's
stuff like that before.
That's the limit of your knowledge.
Yeah.
You try to go any further, you're just like,
You say somebody else, like,
So what's on your guys' iPod right now? Or a CD, or a tape, or an 8-track, or whatever you choose to listen to?
Cynic and Loses Lose, man.
although it's far from our style, I've been jamming a lot of Periphery.
They're gonna be here in March.
I don't give a shit.
One of my new faves right now is Flesh God Apocalypse.
Okay.
I'll meet
Those
you there.
guys, and
Don't wait
I
up.
was talking about iPod. Well, I listen to the CD
Nice.
of that one. But then, of course, I've got my music list, which is just insanely
Yeah.
diverse right now. We were talking, I just downloaded a Gregorian chant album, just so you can fucking sit there and listen to Gregorian chant. It's epic. Like when people walk in to somebody listening to Gregorian chant, they're like, I'm just, like, what's going on?
Right.
How you doing?
Yeah.
You alright? Something's wrong with this guy.
Nice. So if you could change things about the local, kind of music as a whole in Phoenix, what would you guys change about it? What would
Everyone
you
would love melodic death metal, and they all like make shitloads of money and buy fucking so much merchandise.
Nice.
That's what I would change.
Yeah. Seems fair enough.
Fair
Death
promoters.
metal goes,
It's
massive.
tough, especially with the music we play. It's like it's not everybody's thing, but I don't think we really don't care. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna play. Yeah, of course, I wish there was like thousands of people there, but really, like we still play for some good crowds, and it's awesome.
How would you guys describe like your crowd? If you could just do it in like a sentence, or a Vehemence show in general, If you had to write cliff notes on it,
How would you describe it?
Dedicated.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's some dedicated. You know what is cool is some people will drive like from out of state to come check us out.
Right.
Like we have people from San Francisco drive down here just to see it, like a Phoenix local show. Driving down here to come check us out. People from Dallas.
Like I said, I think the point made earlier about those who are like, that's my band, that's the band is, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
when you get those people, it's kind of like they'll go
Go to any length,
hell or
to
high
support.
water,
Absolutely.
exactly, any length. So that would be our audience, would be people who know our material and you know what I mean, are ready to sing along and go crazy.
That's awesome. So in your guys' touring, is there any artist that you guys hope to tour with one day, or have you toured with them and that was kind of like, for all of you, kind of a pinnacle moment?
We're not touring
Decapitated.
band.
Yeah,
That was
more,
great.
when we were, I would have to say the Deicide tour.
I have to say Deicide
Yeah, that was a
was
good
pretty
one.
cool.
Nice.
Although the Decapitated tour was our first tour and we had a lot of adventure and firsts on that tour, but Deicide was pretty fun.
Deicide, definitely.
Just Behemoth and a lot more.
We got to play House of Blues.